Okay, how are we doing there, folks? If you're watching this video, you've probably seen several of the hundreds or close to 1,000 videos there are on YouTube on scrap oil burners, waste oil burners. A lot of these employ electric blowers, electric fans, some sort of forced air circulation to improve the oil burning. Some use just natural aspiration, no electric motors of any kind. What I'm going to try to do here today is put together a very simple, simplistic version of the scrap oil burner. Now, of all the videos on YouTube, I have not seen this technique employed. Now, I'm not going to go so far as to claim I invented it, but I will say I haven't seen evidence of this technique used anywhere, so I'm going to guess you haven't seen it either. So for this technique, we basically need two raw materials. We're going to use a can, simple steel can. I believe this was chickpeas, but you can use soup or basically anything else. And we're going to use some insulating fiberglass cloth. This will be a cloth we're going to use to insulate the can. Okay, so let me pause the video here and show you how we're going to put this together. All right, so let's go ahead and let's put these basic ingredients together here. First thing we're going to do is let's open our insulated cloth. Okay. Now, I haven't worked with this fiberglass cloth before. I have no idea how hard it's going to be to cut. So we are going to find out together. Let's go ahead and unravel some of this. Okay. Got my scissors here. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see if we can put something together here. All right. All right. We're just going to cut some of it. Actually, it's not that hard. Yeah. No, it's not bad at all. To be honest, I thought it would be harder to cut. It's really not terrible at all. Let's get the little fibers out of the way here. I think it'd be better off. All right. All right. Okay. All right. That was easier than I thought. That was not bad at all. All right. Okay, we're back. I decided to throw in another bit of raw material in here. This is some aluminum wire. We're going to use this wire to secure the fiberglass to the can. A couple different ways here. There we go. All right. Yep, we're good. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's wrap this up. See that, right? Yeah. The cloth has sort of a very light white coloration, and so I think that will actually make it difficult to video something pure white like this, but I think I can make this work. Now, this is not going to be beautiful here, but I think we'll use this to work. This fiberglass has a lot of loose strands, loose white strands here. It's not going to be perfect, but let's see what we can do. Fiberglass leaves a lot of loose strands here. Okay. Lots of loose strands. All right. Yeah, this is not going to look beautiful, but all right. Back around here. All right, as I suspected, this wrapping is not going to win any beauty contests, but I think we'll make it work. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit and I'll be right back. All right, as I suspected, it's certainly not anything beautiful, but I think this will work. So we've got our steel can, we've got our fiberglass insulation wrapped around it. Okay, it's not too pretty, but I think this will work. Okay, there's just one more thing I wanted to do before we go out and test this. And I just wanted to go over some of the principles of why this works. Now, if you just take a can and you just set it down on the ground, put some oil or fuel in there and you burn it, you're really not going to get a good burn. There's no path for the air to flow. You don't have any holes, you don't have an electric blower. There's no obvious path for the gases to take. You'll have the burning fuel, gases that try to percolate up, while fresh air is trying to percolate down, and the two are opposing each other. And you're really not going to get a good burn. What we're going to do here is we're going to tilt the can at an angle, at roughly 45-degree angle. Okay, how does that help? Well, as the fuel burns, the hot air wants to rise. So it's going to hug the top edge of the can. It'll be hugging the top to get out. Fresh air will be coming in, hugging the bottom. It'll be hugging the bottom of the can. So now that's our circuit. Fresh air comes in, hugs the bottom of the can, burns, hot gases come out, hugging the top of the can. So you have the hot gases going in one way, cool air coming in the other. There's a bit of heat exchange, so the fresh air will be preheated before it hits the fuel. Okay, that's all for the theory. Now it's time for the rubber to hit the road. Well, let's give this contraption a test. Okay, here's our contraption. We've got it resting at roughly a 45-degree angle. You don't have to measure it. It doesn't have to be exact. We're going to go ahead and start it. We have some, so you see that, some scrap vacuum pump oil, a little bit of 91% isopropanol just to get it started, a lighter, and let's see if we can make this work. Put a little bit. Let's try a little bit of oil. A little bit of oil. Now I'm not going to start with a whole lot. A little oil. Nope. A little bit of alcohol. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's light this and let's see what we get. Okay, folks. I'm sorry about the sudden jump cut. Some neighbors were outside my garage there walking their dogs, and I didn't want them to see me starting a fire in my garage. I figured they'd call the fire department on me. Okay, so nothing's changed. We still have the can, we got the oil, we got the alcohol. Everything is as it was. I'm just going to light this up, see how it goes. I may put a few like sticks and twigs or tree bark in there if the alcohol doesn't seem to be enough. Okay, let's light this up, see what happens. Flame does seem to be shooting out, so I think that current airflow I was talking about seems to be working. We'll see if the oil catches. It's a little windier than I'd like, but not much we can do about that. And still burning. I don't know if the oil has caught fire yet. I may not know that until the fire goes out. I may not force you to watch the whole burn. I might cut out some of the video just to make this a reasonable length. I'm starting to hear some cracking go on inside. I'm seeing a little bit of smoke, which cannot be coming from the alcohol. So I think the oil is burning. There's also a plastic liner inside the can. That might be what's burning. Definitely hearing cracking sounds. I'm seeing some smoke. Pretty sure the oil has caught fire. Let me try to take a look. It's hard to tell at this point. Okay, I did a little bit of a jump cut here. I cut some of it out, but that's a very smoky flame. So I am pretty sure the oil is in fact burning now. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Okay, another jump cut here. The flame seems to have calmed down a little bit, but there's a lot of smoke coming out of there. So I think I won't make you watch the whole burn. We'll just let the oil burn out, and then we'll have a look at it. Okay, the flame seems to have visibly died down. I'm looking inside there, and there is still a flame in there. So I think the oil is just about finished burning. We'll let it go a little while longer. Okay, it does appear as though the flame has gone out, and now we just got a bunch of smoke pouring out of it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to let this cool down, and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, I'm looking in there, and it appears to me that the oil is gone. So I'm going to call this a partial success. I'm glad that we were able to burn the oil. I don't like all that smoke. That could be the sign of incomplete combustion. Now, vacuum pump oil is a little different. There's stuff in there that does not combust. It's not combustible. That may have been the cause of the smoke. I think if I'd used like motor oil or vegetable oil or something of that sort, I think I would have gotten a cleaner flame. But I think, yeah, that vacuum pump oil has some nasty stuff in there. But anyway, okay, so we have at least a partial success here. At least we've proven that the concept works. I'll see if there are any other developments I can put on this, and if I can make any improvements, I'll come back and do another video. Well, that's about all I have. Thank you for paying attention, and have a wonderful day.